be with you, and Namaste. Part 2. So we talked about standing, just standing, and the 3 trials associated with standing. Once we have practiced standing, and again, as I suggested, you should try and get up to at least 20 minutes, just standing. And don't abandon standing, as I said in the last lesson. Don't abandon it. This is something I do regularly, and a number of the Qigong exercises that we do, standing is the position that we're in when we do them. So if you want to be able to be at ease in other Qigong practices and get the most out of those practices, then you need to master standing. Mastering standing means being able to stand for at least 10, 15, 20 minutes and not get any messages from your body about misalignment, pain, discomfort, shaking, etc. Those are messages from your body that something is not quite aligned properly. Your structure is off, okay? Once we have been practicing standing and we've really paid some attention to what that feels like, now we want to introduce movement coming from the earth. Movement coming from pushback. I mentioned pushback before. I think I did. I know I did I discussed it in one of our monthly blog posts. But okay, pushback. Anytime that we want to exert energy, exert power, we have to draw it from somewhere. In general, when we draw energy, we're drawing it from the earth. And when we talk about martial arts, that kind of thing, we're drawing that energy from the earth. So if I want to move forward to my left, I can't just move forward to my left. What I have to do is push off on my right. Now I can head in that direction. If I want to change direction and go here, it's not here. This is going to move to my right because an opposing force pushes against the earth on my left, sending me off on my right. I mean, if you think about it, that is basically what's happening when we walk. There's a backward movement that precipitates the forward movement, that works in harmony with the forward intention. There's a very important principle in Tai Chi. We'll talk more about that later. But right now, we just want to introduce the sensation of this relationship between the earth and you in terms of producing movement. Okay? Arm swinging. When I was in China, every place that I went, every park, every time we got up in the morning and went out to train, you could see hundreds of people, if not thousands of people in the parks. And one of the things that you would see a lot of people doing is arm swinging. They're standing, taking 5, 10, 15 minutes and just doing arm swinging. The intention being to generate or to facilitate the flow of blood, the circulation of energy through the body, to wake the body up. And it's an excellent exercise for doing that, just arm swinging. But here's the thing that I want you to understand and to recognize. When most people go to do arm swinging, they do this. It starts up here. Shoulder moves, and it drags the arm along. This shoulder moves back and pulls the arm in that direction, and it starts up here. And in many instances, though the energy is moving all the way down, in many instances, people aren't even aware of it. At the most, they're aware of the energy reaching this point here, okay, the waistline, okay, the qua. So we want to do something very different. On the road to Fa Jing, we don't start that energy up here, that movement up here. We start that movement down here. We want to have an awareness of it, a consciousness of that energy coming from the earth. The energy that produces that movement is the result of pushback, okay? So here's the next step that I want you to do. Okay, relax, posture. Right, my hands are just brushing the outside of my thighs because I'm in Wu Qi or universal stance. Round everything off. Right, no strain in my arms. You know how this happens? This forming of this triangle. It's rotating the elbow. If I turn my elbow out, the hand naturally goes with it. And it's a slight rotation in the shoulder joint, and that's what opens up and relaxes those joints, okay? So just turn, you can think in terms of turning the hand. What's happening is that the elbow is rotating out and the hand is turning in coordination with that, okay? So we're here. Now, I want you to begin pushing from the feet. Comment. The feet. All 8 points of the foot are on the floor. 5 toes, outside edge, the heel, and the ball. All touching the floor, okay? Again, energy is going straight down into the earth, not pushing out to the sides, not pushing in, pulling in toward the middle, straight down. And I want you to begin to feel what it feels like to push from the earth and get the body moving as though you're going to do arm swinging. This is what it looks like. So notice, I'm not starting the movement from up top with my shoulders and my arms. I'm starting the movement from down bottom with my feet pushing against the earth. And my body is responding to the energy of pushback. I push with this foot down, the earth pushes back, it sends an energy flow up my body and causes me to turn this, I'm exaggerating, causes me to turn in this way. I push with this leg. In fact, this leg stops me, right? Because it reaches a point for the natural positioning of the body, natural structure of the body. Once I go here, I got to do something from here. I got to turn this foot out. I got to take a step forward. So this is the natural limit of that movement. As soon as I get there, I can feel energy pushing down into my foot. The earth pushes back and it sends me back this way. And vice versa, back and forth, okay? So we're not going to go that far. We just want to get just the feeling of the energy, just moving up into the shoulder area without letting it go down to the elbow and the hands. It's there, but it's very, very slight. That's not what we're paying attention to. What we're paying attention to right now is just the sensation of that energy, the pushback, that connection with the earth, and how that slight push of my leg, my foot, against the earth causes my body to react. If my body's in good structure and if my body is relaxed, I can allow that energy to flow through what we'll talk more about later, the 7 gates, okay? To flow through the 7 gates. So this is where I want you to go next. This is part 2, the beginning of movement. The beginning of movement, part 2 on the road to Fa Jing. Just that. So take your standing meditation, 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and now take that 20 minutes and use 5 or 10 minutes of that 20 minutes, take 10 minutes of it and begin just this movement. And feel, just feel what would happen if I pushed a little harder. You can feel your arms, your hands, all the way down to your wrists and your fingers, wanting to respond to this energy. And if you gave it just a little bit more push, you could get them moving, swinging, right? But don't go there yet. Relax, enjoy, practice, don't rush off, stay patient, don't become impatient with the process. Take your time, enjoy the next week or whatever before I do the next video, and enjoy yourself on the road to Fa Jing. peace be with you, and Namaste.